Your customer John wants to fly from Cincinnati to Los Angeles on Delta Airlines. He wants to leave the 17th of July. To display availability, type A, 17th July, Cincinnati, Los Angeles, and press enter. You see that Delta offers a 4:50 p.m. flight, which is fine with John. But what if the time didn't work? You may have to ask for additional availability. To display more availability, you would type A** and press enter. Apollo provides the A* format on the bottom line of the availability screen. You can tap to that prompt and press enter. Additional flight times and connections appear. The bottom line of this screen now includes a previous A- prompt, which takes you back one screen. You can quickly return to your original availability screen without re-entering the entire format. Type A** R and press enter to return to your original availability response. After you've checked availability for an outbound flight, you can quickly view availability for the return flight. John wants to return to Cincinnati on August 1st. To request opposite availability, type A** O followed by the date and press enter. Return availability for August 1st from Los Angeles to Cincinnati appears. Your original entry was A 17 JUL CVG LAX. Entering opposite availability for 1st of August presents options for the return flight and remembers your requests such as specific airline. Andrew is in Salt Lake City and his client is in Seattle. He needs to return home April 10th. You've entered A 10th April, Seattle, Salt Lake City, and see the availability screen. He forgets to tell you that he wants to take his client out to dinner. Is there a flight available after 8 p.m.? To display more availability, tap to More A** and press enter. We can request additional availability with A** enter. You tell Andrew that there is a 7:15 p.m. flight, but after that the flights are not non-stop. He decides to skip dinner and take the client to lunch instead. He now wants a flight back to Salt Lake City around 1 p.m. To return to your previous screen, type A- and hit enter. After you return to your screen, you tell Andrew there is a flight at 1 p.m. and you book it for him. You may customize your availability request in two ways. You can either add a modifier to the basic availability format, or, if you have already requested availability, you can modify the request with an availability update format. You can customize your request by carrier, class, time, date. Basic availability shows flights for all participating carriers. You can modify availability to show up to 3 carriers either in your original request or an update format. You will request availability between JFK and London Heathrow on March 21st. We'll use an end item and we will request availability for British Airways. This format results in availability display showing only British Airways flights. Now we will request the same availability for 2 different carriers. For British Airways and American Airlines. Make sure you separate each carrier with a period. We will now use a format to update our original availability request for up to 3 carriers. It will show an availability display for British Airways, American Airlines, and Delta. We type A*, end item, British Airways, dot, American Airlines, dot, Delta, and press enter. Please note that when you are updating an availability request with the A* format, you do not need to repeat the date or location. You can also request availability for a specific class. Apollo searches for the first available flight for 1 day prior, current day, and 5 days following the requested date. To display the first available flight for a specific class, type A/Q2 for availability, class, and number of seats, followed by the date, city pair, and carrier, and press enter. This example requests 2 seats on the first available flight in Q class for Delta Airlines. You can omit the number of seats in the format if you're requesting only 1 seat. The screen shows the first flights available with 2 seats in Q class, and it is on the date requested. Let's practice together. Joshua is flying for a vacation. He's looking for a seat in T class on Delta Airlines from San Francisco to Rome on March 12th. To request the first available flight in T class, type A/T/12th of March, San Francisco, Rome on Delta Airlines, and press enter. There is no flight in T class on March 12th, however, a flight exists on 11th of March in T class. Although it is not required to include a carrier modifier in the format, you will usually need a specific class on a specific airline. Basic availability shows departures starting with the earliest flight of the day. You can request flights for a specific time in your original request or with an update format. Let's display availability for flights between Los Angeles and San Francisco on August 21st at 2 p.m. The screen shows availability for flight departures around 2 p.m. You can update your availability screen again to show flights departing at 5 p.m. with the format A*5P. Basic availability shows flights for today's date. You can also change the date of the original availability request with an update modifier. Let's request availability between Los Angeles and San Francisco on 22nd of August. A*22nd August, and press enter.